I've got new planners. You know, when I was getting ready earlier today, I was in some kind of mood, and now that I'm sitting here, I'm kind of regretting the lipstick. I went a little too far on that one. But it's on, there's no going back. I am really liking this shirt though. I got it from Victoria's Secret Pink, and I haven't bought anything from that store literally since high school, but I went shopping there with my friend over the summer, and I'm not gonna lie, I am really liking this shirt, so who knew? Anywho, it's Elisa, but of course you can call me Ellie, and I have a box full of new happy planners. Well, new to me, they've been out for a little bit, but we'll get into that. Now, I know you're probably thinking, hey Ellie, I watched you spiral out of control trying to figure out your planner lineup. You're already getting new planners? Yes, but I won't actually be using these until 2024. Probably. With me, who knows? But that's the plan. So here's the thing. I am turning 30 next year. So being me, my brain has already been thinking, what do I want my planner lineup to look like when I turn 30? Which is a lot of pressure. That I admit I'm totally 100% putting on myself. So there's a few planners that the Happy Planner came out with earlier this year that I'm like, oh, those would be perfect. They're almost everything that I'm looking for. The problem is I was having a really hard time narrowing down what I wanted because there was like 3 or 4 planners that I was trying to decide between. There were a couple planners that I really liked the covers, but I didn't really like the dividers so much. And there were some that I really liked the dividers, but the layout wasn't what I needed. But then a miracle happened. On August 1st, apparently it was National Planner Day, and I got a marketing text message from the Happy Planner, because once they have your phone number, they text you all the time. And it said for National Planner Day, they were having a sale of buy one planner, get a planner free. So I got excited because then I was like, hey, I don't even have to choose between planners because I can get a free one, so then I don't feel so bad buying a whole planner just for the cover or just for the dividers or something. And I assumed that the sale would be buy one, get one free, and then that's it. But as far as I know, there was no limit. So it wasn't just if you buy a planner, you can get one planner free with your order. It was for every planner that you buy, you can get a whole free one. So of course I bought 4. So I'm very, very excited to open up this box and see all these new planners that I got and not feel guilty about how many I just bought, or like maybe a little bit guilty, but not as much as I would have if they were all full price. Now I do have an idea of how I'm going to use these planners in 2024, but I don't want to commit to anything yet just because I change my mind on these things so often. But I do at least want to flip through them all, and I figured I might as well do that with all of you. That way, in case you were also thinking about buying any of these planners, you can get a good idea of what they look like before you decide whether or not to buy them. Or if you're weird like me and you just like looking at someone looking at planners. Either way, let's open this up and take a look at what's inside. All right, I don't know the best way to do this because this doesn't really fit in frame. Also, sorry if you hear the storm outside. It has been pouring rain for like hours at this point, and there's a thunderstorm that keeps rolling away and then coming right back. So I do apologize. You're just gonna have to deal with the noise at this point. All right, so I feel like we've had a lot of big rainstorms lately, like over the past couple of weeks. Is that normal for this time of year? Like August in the Midwest? I feel like people can always be like, oh, this is what it was like last year. Usually this is what weather is like during this time of year. And honestly, I always forget what weather is like at certain parts of the year. Like you could tell me that end of August, it's usually snowing, and I'd be like, sure, that checks out. It looks like each of these is individually wrapped with bubble wrap and a little foam thingy in there, I'm guessing to help protect the discs. So let's pull all of these out. I think I got 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a box for my cats, who actually usually don't like boxes, but my cat Minerva has been getting interested in some of them sometimes. So we'll see if she likes this one. I should have brought my garbage can over here. All right. There's just something so satisfying about the feeling of new planners. Okay. I do appreciate how well these are packaged. I haven't gotten a new package from the Happy Planner in a long time, so I can't really remember what it usually looks like, but I feel like this is different. I do know that the Happy Planner went through a bit of a rebranding earlier this year, so I'm not sure if this is part of that. Okay, this is really cool. This went over the discs like that. I feel like I don't want to throw this away. Like, there's got to be some kind of use for this. Maybe in my jewelry drawer? I don't know. But this is really cool. It's a cool little shape. I'm definitely putting this aside. The bubble wrap, I'll just throw away. Oh, she's so pretty. Okay, should I unwrap all of these and then flip through all of them? Yes. Okay. That's what I'll do. I heard you all through my screen. Just kidding. I'm probably doing exactly the opposite of what you want. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. And more of these little things. That's so fun. Ooh. These discs are lovely. I think I have this color or something similar in mini size. Those are so pretty. And then I got this. Ooh, I wasn't expecting the cover to be like frosty like this. That's fun. And this, oh, looks like this didn't get sealed up as well. I hope that's okay. Like, it's not, like this is already open, and then the little foamy thing is like off to the side. Ooh, I hope it's okay. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, but this thing got smushed. That's not gonna be, well, it's still salvageable. I'm saying that like I have an actual purpose for this yet, and I don't, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so these are the 4 planners that I got, but I only paid for 2 of them, so I feel like it's not that bad. Right? It's not that bad. Is there like a good, like a cool way to like lay these out so you can see them all? Yeah, there we go. Wow. You can kind of, this, I feel like this is me. Except for this one, I actually don't really, I think the cover is gorgeous, but that one is not me. So we'll, there. That is me. So pretty. Okay, so let's get into flipping through these and kind of going over my plan here. So I really loved this planner and this planner. And I was trying to decide between the 2 of them. I love the covers and I love the dividers. The problem is that both of these, let me get these out of the way. The problem is that both of these are classic vertical layout. I'll probably have 1 memory keeping planner and then 1 functional planner. And I really like using the dashboard planner for my functional planning. So I don't need 2 vertical planners, but they're both so pretty. There was only a couple of dashboard planners available on the Happy Planner website. And I don't usually see classic size dashboards in the stores as often. And so the choices were limited. Originally, I was thinking I would wait until the end of the year and just hope and pray that a new dashboard planner came out that I actually did really love, the dividers and the cover. But because of the sale and I could buy all this extra stuff, what I'm thinking of, since I love these 2 planners and I love the dividers and the covers and everything, I'm going to use one of them as my memory keeping planner, but then I'll use the other planner for my functional planner. I'm thinking this for memory keeping and this for functional, but I have plenty of time to get that figured out. Ooh, I just saw a big lightning strike. Whoa, did you hear that one? That like rattled my windows. Whew, good thing I don't have a giant irrational fear of storms, or else I'd be like really freaking out right now. Oh, okay. Try to keep yourself distracted, Elisa. Whew, well, we're gonna get through this. Okay, so anyway, totally lost my train of thought, which is on brand for me. But I'm going to use one of these planners as the memory keeping planner. And then I'm going to use this essentially as my functional dashboard planner, but I'm going to replace the cover and the dividers with one of these, just because like I said, this is beautiful, but it's not really my style. So I'm going to swap them out. Hopefully someone else can take home those little extra bits and pieces and enjoy them better than I would. And then I've come across these a couple of times and I really want to try it out. So this is a monthly layout, and it's mostly just a bunch of like lists and checklists and other little things like that. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this in my functional planner and kind of combining them, and then just not doing the custom inserts like I have for this year. I do have a video on how I customize my planner that goes over some of those inserts for what I'm currently using. I am going to try to remember to link that video down in the description box below if you're curious what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm so much of a list person, and these have lists already, like, I don't know. I'll show you in a second. We'll flip through it, show you what I mean. I found one of these, although I feel like maybe the one that I saw before at Walmart, like last year, maybe was a big size. Could that be a thing? Did they ever make a big size monthly layout? I don't know, but I didn't go for it, and I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have used it at the time, but it's been in my head this whole time, and so I really think I'm going to like it. And then since I'm going to be franken planning this into my functional planner, this is also going to be, I'm also not going to be using this cover, and also nor the dividers, but I do think that these are nice, so I might still keep them and then use them some other time, maybe. Okay, let's take these one at a time. So I want to show you the vertical ones first. I think I'll start with this one with these. Oh, I don't really want them in the shot, but like if I move them over anymore, they're gonna fall off the desk. Okay, well, you'll just have to deal with seeing this like stack of planners on the side. Maybe I'll make it look like pretty at least. Okay, that works. You guys can handle that, right? So this is part of the rebranding that they did. So the logo has been updated. This is an old planner that I have, and this was their logo for a while now. So the Happy Planner has been adding these little tags or whatever. So it's like the logo, it'll tell you what kind of planner it is, the name of this planner, how many months are in there, and then whatever this QR code leads to. I think it just goes to the website. I can see that this is a classic vertical layout. This is the Celestial Elegance planner, and this is an 18-month planner that goes from July 2023 through December 2024. So there's that one. And then on this little tag thingy, I'm sorry, that light is like really distracting, I'm sorry. But on this little page thingy, it gives more information about, is like the little layout description. So it gives you kind of like a blank overview of what to expect the week layout to look like, and then a description of what that means. And then this next section says customize on it. I wonder what that does. So basically just kind of talks about how these planners are used, and kind of like a jumping point of, if you pick this up, don't understand what to do with it, you can read this and be like, oh, I kind of have an idea of what this is now. And this is probably like old news. If you're like me and you watch any kind of like product unboxings or something, you've seen all of this before. But maybe I should try to add chapters to this video so you can just skip through this. But I want to point this out because in my head, it's a necessary thing to go through, and it's going to throw my OCD off if we don't complete this task. These are like really thick material, like good quality. So it's made as something that you're just supposed to throw away, but it's a nice little texture. It doesn't feel cheap, so that's nice. And then another thing that's different is this used to just be a band that went around the whole thing like this, but now it's actually like on the discs on the back to make it more secure and harder to pull off in the store, because I think these used to just come off really easily. And then the little part that you can use to hang the planners up for like display purposes at the store, like wouldn't be attached to the planner anymore, which caused problems. And then this is cool because if you wanted, you could like trim this little like extra band part off and then have kind of like a plastic dashboard kind of situation, which I might actually end up doing. Because this is like decent plastic. It's not gonna last forever, but if you're wanting something quick, and this has like a nice little tab on there, this might be worth keeping. So put that to the side. And then on the back, this has basically the same information as the layout section of the front tab. Oh, that came off so easily. That was amazing. These used to have like sticky dots on them, and then it would leave residue on the cover, and it was awful. I actually really liked playing with the little sticky dots. I didn't like it getting stuck to the cover, so that was nice. Oh, okay, cool. So the back of the planner still does have this little white circle thingy on it. Here's the planner all shiny and new. And it's hard to tell because it's such a reflective surface and I have really annoying lights everywhere. But the rose gold details on here are metallic. I do really love when covers have the date on there. I know people feel strongly both ways about this. Some people really don't like having the year on the cover because then it's less versatile to use if you're wanting to use that cover again in the future. But this is something that I'm planning on keeping on the planner. And so I think it's nice. This does say 2023 and 2024, but maybe I could put something over the 2023 part because I'm probably just going to use it in 2024. But okay, so let's see what the inside looks like. That's so pretty. I saw pictures online, but oh my gosh, in person, this is amazing. Okay, so we still have rose gold. These lights are going to be the death of me, you guys. Okay, so this still has rose gold detailing on the inside, but these details are not metallic. But it's still so pretty. I love how it's like very neutral, but a bunch of different neutral colors, and they're definitely cooler neutrals, which I prefer. So let's take this off. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh. Look how gorgeous this is. And because this is printed on the inside, technically you could reverse it and that could be the front cover. And then that would be the inside, but I like this. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is definitely giving me like dark and stormy vibes. And I don't know if it's because I'm in like a certain kind of mood because it's dark and stormy outside right now, but I feel like I would feel that way even if it was bright and sunny and daytime outside. I'm loving this, and I love the mix of like these cool gray neutrals, but also like the bronzy rose gold details. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm trying to see, do any of these tabs have, sometimes the wording will be metallic. So let's see if we can tell. All right, so it does look like some of these tabs have metallic wording on here. Ooh, including July. That's so exciting. So if you don't know, my birthday is in July, and it just makes me so happy when July dividers are pretty. And it makes me really sad when they're not my favorite divider in a planner, because I want my birthday month to be special because I'm narcissistic like that. Okay. So it says hello on the side. This happy planner belongs to. I also really love how there's a lot of theming going on here, so it makes it look really cool with the rest of the planner. But it is very light and it is very neutral, so even if I put stickers on top of this, it's not going to disrupt any kind of pattern or anything or make it look too outrageously busy. So that's really cool. I am loving this font. It's so pretty. And I love this theme. First of all, I'm a big fan of like celestial type themes anyway, obviously by my channel name and logo and everything. I'm loving how it's keeping with that theme, but it still seems very elegant and kind of grown up, which is what I'm wanting for the year that I turn 30, because I feel like 30-year-olds are grown-ups and I'm gonna have to be a grown-up at that point. All right, so these are just kind of like the overview pages. So usually what I do is in my functional planner, I'll use these for like perpetual calendar type situations. So I'll put birthdays, holidays, maybe I'll mark like paydays or something in here, but that's pretty much it. And then in my memory keeping planner, I use this as kind of like a table of contents. So I'll still have holidays and stuff in here, but then I might have more detailed information like large events or something, or like certain noteworthy things that happen on that day. All right, and then I think there's one more page of these. Yep, because this is technically an 18-month planner. So this goes from July through December 2023, and then January through December 2024. All right, my fingers are crossed. I think I looked at these and I remember liking the July dividers, but I can't remember what it looked like. So let's see. Oh my gosh. And it has foiled detailing on there. Now this is a little bit different. So this page looks slightly different than what I'm used to. This is interesting. I'm not sure if I like this as much, but that's okay. I usually end up covering it up anyways, so not a problem. But look at this. Look at the metallic foil. It's not picking up as well on the camera, but I promise it is very shiny. Not all stars belong in the sky. I can't tell if that's like cute and endearing or like ominous and really depressing. I don't know if it's saying like, not all stars belong in the sky, you're a star and you're here on Earth, or it's just like, not all stars belong in the sky, so eventually they'll just die and be obliterated and forgotten forever. That's perfect though. Okay, I'm very happy with that first July divider. That makes me happy. Okay, it looks like the month is a little bit different than I'm used to as well. So, oh my gosh, absolutely stunning. But the sidebar is like an actual grid. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And then let's see what the week looks like. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful font. Okay, so we're sticking with the grid type theme in the sidebar, which is different than what I'm used to. And then it has a section for notes. Minerva. Every video. Can I just get through one video without you getting in the way, please? Hey, at least she kind of matches a planner. All right, well, I think she's just gonna be there for a while, so. Hello, Minerva. Hello. Oh, what a pain in my patootie, but I love her. As I was saying, sidebar has been updated. I'm really loving this font. One thing that I did notice is that the printing on the sidebar seems to be getting a little bit wider. So in the past, the width of the days of the week was the same width of the printed section of the sidebar. And so you could use the same stickers for the days of the week and the sidebar. But I noticed in my 2022 memory keeping planner, that wasn't necessarily the case. And so the sidebar was like a smidgen extra wide. And so you can kind of see the edges poking out from underneath the stickers. So I'm interested to see if that's also still the case in this planner as well. Not a huge deal, but that is kind of annoying. All right, and usually these have a quote every few pages. Okay, yep. So not on the bottom of every page, but usually every like 2 or 3 pages, it'll have a little quote at the bottom. If you can't read it, this says, there will be many chapters in your life. Don't get lost in the one you're in now. All right, so I do want to show you all of the pages in this planner, just because sometimes there's extra little things hidden in there, like the quotes on some of the pages, but I will be flipping through that kind of quickly. This is a good July month divider too. Okay, looks like there's a little bit of a typo on here. So this says February, March, even though this is definitely the August month. I wasn't really paying attention. I wonder if that happened on any of the other pages, but it does look like the other weeks, at least in August, do have the correct month listed. But for some reason, this says February, March. Interesting. If any of you have this planner and you have the same thing where on the last week of August 2024, it says February, March, let me know. Or is it just my planner? And then the last page is relatively blank note paper. There's still some detailing, but not as much as I've seen on other planners. Just this little thing that says take note. And then I don't think I showed a close-up of this before, but the binding does have like rose gold stars as well as some little teeny tiny black doodles in there. And then that's reflected in the corner up here. Okay, aside from that little typo, I didn't notice anymore, but I also wasn't paying super close attention, to be completely honest, so there could have been more in there. I think this is probably one of my favorite Happy planners, like, ever. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, so this is the other vertical planner that I got. So this one also has the same little section thingies. I'm pretty sure that it's probably exactly the same because this is also a vertical planner and the last one was a vertical planner. Oh, that is unfortunate, like sizing. Like this little band thing is the perfect spacing for this to get kind of tangled up in it. I wonder if they'll change that in the future. So pull these off. this off. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this cover is just so pretty. Beautiful, and like the perfect color pink. And then the front has this rose gold down the binding side, and then the back has a shadow in its place, so there's no foiling on the back, but on the front it has it down the side, and then some little flecks throughout, as well as this quote here that I'm trying to, I don't know how easy it is to see on camera here, but it says, "Welcome to the happy life." Another really pretty planner. Can someone confirm for me what flowers these are? The description didn't say. I think they might be hydrangeas, but I'm also really bad at identifying any kind of plant or literally anything that's alive. Ooh, interesting. The back is black. Oh, I like that. Wow. Okay, very simple front. I'm not gonna lie, if I opened this first, I think I would say that this is one of the most beautiful planners I've ever seen, but I think I like the last one a little bit better so far. The cover is almost too plain for me, although it will make it nice to be able to decorate with stickers. But one thing that's sticking out to me is that on this one, instead of some of the words being foil metallic, the actual tab itself is. And this does have rose gold, which I like, but it also has some that are like a very yellow greenish gold. And then there's some, this seems like very mustard inspired. And I'm not the biggest fan of that color palette. So like the mustard yellows or the olive greens. Not my favorite. I don't hate them, but not my favorite. All right, and let's see. Ooh, okay, so it looks like the pattern for the middle part binding here is just black dots. So even more minimalistic than the last one. This one might be my memory keeping planner so that I can cover up more, because it seems like there's going to be more blank space in this one, whereas the last one had a lot of like ink splotches. And then I feel like this will be easier to cover up with washi, which is what I usually do on the binding in my memory keeping planners. All right, this one, this is so strange. So this one is black and gray in this planner that has very warm kind of mustard olive colors. But in the last one, it had like very brownish colors on these pages. And that one was more of like a black and white neutral kind of situation. I feel like it should be flip-flopped, but that's fine. This is a very cute font. I don't like it as much as the last one, but that's okay. And this, of course, is another 18-month planner. I think these all are 18-month planners, so there's quite a few of these pages. Ooh, okay, so I'm excited for this next thing. So this divider for July 2023, so the current year, is so pretty. Just wait till you see it. Just wait, okay. Oh, look how incredible. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna have to use this somehow, some way, because this is amazing. And then this does seem similar to the other planner. It's a little bit different just because like the font and the theme and everything are different for this planner. But this does seem to be what this little like overview notes page format is for this year of the Happy Planners. I feel like this grid looks kind of bizarre. Like I kind of wish that the grid went all the way to the edges. I feel like it just looks like it's unfinished. Like they still need to finish resizing this. I think that's just like a personal preference of design choices, but that's just me. I do want to show you each page, but I'm going to try to get through it as quick as I can. just loving these foiled horizontal lines over like a floral photograph. All right, now for the big reveal of my birthday month divider. Ooh, I'm so glad that this is a rose gold one. Ooh, that's pretty. This is like the color of my house. Like other than my office, most of my stuff is this like dusty lavender kind of color. Super pretty. Ooh, that's nice. I'm really liking this black inside. That's awesome. Okay, so that is the, hold on, I totally forgot the name of this. The Classic Vertical Layout 18-month Moody Florals planner. Ta-da! Maybe I'll actually keep these so I can remember the name of the planner later. All right, moving on to the dashboard. So this is the one that I was saying I want to use the insides, but I'm not a huge fan of like the artwork or anything. It's beautiful, it's lovely, I love the concept, it's just not me. So this one is the Classic Dashboard 18-month Beautiful and Brave planner, and this was a collab with Spoonful of Faith. I think that's what that means. And then since this is a dashboard and we haven't seen that yet, let's take a little bit of extra time looking through these little insert, I don't know what they're called. So this one is the dashboard layout in this little layout section. So that's what we can expect the inside pages to look like. And it says, love a list? Yes, I do. That's why I love the dashboard, apparently. And then under the design, oh, that's cool. So this gives a description of the person that was, I'm assuming, did all of the artwork for this. Wow, that's really nice. And that's under the designer section. That's really nice. I think it's really cool that they highlighted that. I know that I had a planner from a while ago that did a collab with Teresa Collins, and I really didn't know anything about Teresa Collins when I got the planner, other than the name because it was printed on the cover somewhere. But it's really nice that it kind of explains who this is so that you can get a better understanding of the planner as a whole. Okay, let's take this off. Take this off. Now it is kind of funny how this really does match the other planners kind of well with that sort of like metallics and blush tones. Pure coincidence. All right, so here's the back. Here's the front. So the front does have bold, beautiful, and brave. All these little like gold flecks are metallic foil. And then on the back, there's no foiling, but it does say Spoonful of Faith back there. And then this is a little bit translucent. And so the flowers that you're seeing on the front here is actually on the inside. So that's really cool. So there's no actual flowers on the cover, but it shows through like that. And then the finish on this is a lot more matte than the other covers. If you haven't noticed, this isn't reflecting the light bulbs in the room as badly as the other covers did. So I'm wondering if this is the actual cover page that you're supposed to put your name on, or if this is just like an extra page. It looks like that's the person's signature. This is really, really pretty. Like I said, I would be really tempted to use this as is, but there's just a couple of things that I'm like, about, and I prefer on the other planner. If it wasn't like a buy one, get one free sale and no other dashboard planners came out, I think I would be happy using this. There were just alternatives that fit my personality a little bit better. Ooh, this is very thick. Like, this isn't regular paper. This is like heavy cardstock. Oh, okay. So this does still have the page that you're supposed to put your name and stuff on. So this is literally just an extra page of the artwork. That's really cool, actually. Okay. Now I will say I'm seeing some really pretty periwinkle colors in the tabs here, and I love the color periwinkle because I think it's a super cute name, and also it's a beautiful color. And also, did anybody else grow up watching Blue's Clues, like the Steve era, and the cat on the show was named Periwinkle? And I have loved cats ever since like the day I was born, so Periwinkle was always my favorite. All right, this font kind of looks like it's somewhere between the first two planners. So still thin and elegant, but definitely like big and round and not as slanted as that first planner. Actually, is this the same font? So this has the little dots down the binding. I wonder. Here's the Moody Florals planner. Huh, yep. Just as I suspected. I think, here, I'll do it like this. I think these are the same thing. Huh. Nothing wrong with that. That's just interesting. I wonder if a lot of the 18-month planners for this year have the same thing, or if it's just a coincidence that the two that I got were the two that had the same little overview page things. All right, gosh, these are so pretty. I'm just not a huge fan of having like people on the dividers. I don't know why. I also am not a big fan of like the dolls stickers. I wish I wanted to keep this more than I do. It's just not for me. All right, so this also has that kind of grid sidebar for the monthly spread, but this is all black and white, which I do prefer for pages that I'm going to be putting stickers on. And I know a lot of other planner people feel the same way, so I'm sure this makes a lot of people happy, just having the black and white and very minimal decorative stuff on here. The dashboard is slightly different than what I'm used to. So my current dashboard, this says focus on or focusing on or something like that. And then it had 4 different sections. Looks like they combined the 2 left sections to make one long to-do list, which I like. And then they have a little dot grid in one of the sections, which I don't know if you know, I love me a good dot grid, so that's actually really nice. I still might just make my own dashboard and cover this up as like a giant sticker like I'm doing currently, but that's a long way off, so we'll see how I'm feeling once the new year starts. And then this is slightly different. So in my current dashboard planner, this top header label section is filled in. So it's like a dark gray, and here it's just white, which is nice. So it's easier to write in there or use light colored pens. Nice. tabs are making me feel some kind of way. Do you remember, I don't know if it was like the 80s or the 90s, but like couches had like big floral prints and it was like these colors. Was that ever a thing, or am I just making that up? I feel like someone has to know what I'm talking about there though. Okay, and then the back has that extra page of some of the artwork as well. Cool. So like how the front had this extra little thing, and then the back mirrors that. And then the Planet Happy Life thing that usually you see on the cover, that's actually printed on this paper, since the cover is a little bit see-through, so it would look really weird if it was printed on the back, because then it would like bleed through and not look good at all. Beautiful, beautiful planner. I'm not going to be keeping the cover or the dividers though. The artwork is incredible and meaningful, and so I would feel much better if someone who would be able to use it and look at it every day had this instead. But I'm definitely going to be keeping the like guts of the planner, so the actual functional dashboard pages. So that is the classic dashboard layout, Spoonful of Faith, Beautiful and Brave, 18-month planner. That's a mouthful. All right, my voice is dying, but we're gonna keep moving forward. So, okay, I am like 80% sure I've never seen a classic sized monthly layout in person. I've seen flip-throughs of this type of planner, but I've never actually held one of these before. This is the classic monthly Playful Abstract 18-month planner. So, wow, that is not helpful at all. So I think it's interesting that they didn't choose any of the pages that are unique to this layout as the little example picture, but that's just my opinion. And then, okay, that's interesting. So this Customize Your Planner page looks exactly the same as what I had on the other vertical planners. So, but it's not the same as the dashboard planner that was done with Spoonful of Faith. So this must just be kind of like the standard, and that other Spoonful of Faith insert was just like a special occasion kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the placement of this plastic band. That does not work well for me. Pop this off. Oh, forgot to take the little thing off the back. Ooh. So I love, love, love the colors here. This says plan your dreams, so I love the quote. I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that like the shadow non-foiled side is orange. I guess the cover is more of like a peachy pink instead of like a blush pink, but I do wish that they would have chosen maybe a more pink color than orange, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna be adding these pages to my functional planner anyway, so I probably won't be using the cover. We'll see though. Ooh, the inside feels very like Southwest groovy to me. I don't know why. I know nothing about Southwestern decor nor grooviness, so can't really explain that opinion, but that's how I feel. I'll take this off. It's like the most satisfying part to take this sleeve off. I feel like with the new packaging, this is a little bit looser as well. I remember this being a lot more difficult to take off in previous years. All right, so this is definitely a very decorated front page. Some of the other planners that I've looked at today are a little bit more plain on this page, but this is very decorated. So it does limit the kinds of stickers that you can put on here. I do think I remember seeing a corresponding sticker book for this planner though, so that would work. All right, let's see. This is the little dots too. How interesting. So even though the front part is very themed, the insides seem to be the exact same theming as far as the font and the inner binding decal decoration. I don't know what you want to call the stuff that always goes right here on these planners, but this is the exact same pattern in the exact same color as 2 of the 3 other planners that I've looked at so far. So of the 4 that I got, 3 of them all have these exact same pages, and I'm guessing that the like overview, yep, these pages are the exact same as well, which isn't a problem at all. I don't know if that's normal for planners that were released at the same time from the Happy Planner. There haven't been too many other times where I've had this many planners for the same months in front of me that are all the same like size, all classic sized. So maybe that's always been that way, but I feel like that hasn't been the case in the past. But it is a very neutral layout, very relatively thin lines and artwork that can be covered up with stickers pretty easily. So I don't think anybody's complaining. It's more of just an observation. So far, just looking at the tabs, I'm not loving them. I'm not hating them. The colors are cool. This definitely has more peach tones than pink tones, which I was expecting. It actually kind of reminds me of the color scheme of the last iteration of the Disney Princess planner stuff that the Happy Planner did, except this is just a little bit more orangey. Let me see if I have one of those. Ooh, okay. These are the colors for the Disney Princess planners. And then these are the colors for the Playful Abstract monthly planner. So kind of similar. Where's that bluish one? This is definitely, like, this classic size planner is definitely a little bit more brown and orange. And then this is definitely a little bit more pink and white, but definitely similar vibes. So that's interesting. Not sure if anybody cared to know that, but I was personally curious. Get these out of the way. This planner is huge. Someday I'll show you all what's in here, but that'll be for a different day. All right, but back to the planner that we're here for. Okay, with these monthly layout planners, you will get to the month layout, which we saw from that little front tab thingy. And then like the other planners, this does have that little like grid section for the notes. And then, okay, this is why I bought it. I'm gonna show you. So it starts off with these really cool first couple of pages. This is like a brain dump, and this makes me so happy. These are like month-long habit trackers. And if you've watched enough of my videos, you'll know that I love habit trackers. So that is super exciting. Like, I wish there were more than just 3, but more than that would just be excessive, and anybody other than me would probably be like, you need to stop. So there's a section for monthly goals, a monthly checklist, a little dot grid section, note to self, a bigger dot grid section, jot it down, a little like top priorities, and then like an unlabeled, just lined note section. And then the rest of it is really just these checklists. Now this does say daily tasks. I haven't counted these out, but I wonder if there's enough of these lists as like one each day. Like, are there 31 lists? 1, 2, 3, 31. Yeah, okay. I just thought they just put some arbitrary number of lists on here, but there are 31 in here. So this is meant to be like one per day, but they have it written out in a way where they're not dated or anything. And all that really indicates that there's one per day is that this says daily tasks up here. So what I'm thinking of doing, which I thought was a super great original idea, but I've seen a few other people who have also had this idea, but I'm thinking about using this for social media planning, and so that I don't have to keep making my own inserts, because I was going to need to redo them anyways for the upcoming year. And I was playing around with a layout for what I wanted my social media planning pages to look like, and it ended up just being a bunch of checklists. So I was like, why not just have them already made so I don't have to spend like hours and hours and hours of my life making them myself. And then there's like this little don't forget section down here. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but that's there. And then a ton of space for just notes. And then it does have that same like overview page for the month that the other planners have. And that same thing where this overview page is for the month that starts on this page. Why they do that, again, I don't know. I think the only difference on each of these sections, I'm guessing, are just the number of days that are listed here and the quote up here. So I don't know if it'll be necessary to go through each and every page on this one, since they should all be exactly the same. Let's see what a month with 30 days looks like though. I'm curious. All right, so they did adjust the habit trackers. So the listed habit trackers does reflect the correct number of days in the month. I was wondering if they were just going to put 31 for all of the months and just be like, if there's less than 31 days in the month, just don't use that extra dot. But they did adjust that for the month. And then let's see if there's the same number of checklists. Okay, there's not. So for months that have 31 days, the last page looks like this with the don't forget thing in the bottom corner. For months with 30 days, it has this taking up the whole space. But then I'm assuming Then the notes pages are the same. Yes, I am curious what they're gonna do with February though, because there's fewer days. Let's see. Okay, so they did adjust the number of days in the habit trackers. Let's see how many checklists there are. Okay, so it looks like there's only 28 checklists. That's interesting. I wonder why they did that. I mean, it would look weird if it was like there was a checklist here and it was, I don't know, but maybe they could have done like a grid like that and then another small one like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that choice, but it was a choice and they made it. So I guess that last day of February, hope you didn't have anything that you needed to remember to get done. All right, it's getting late and I'm getting sassy, so let's move on. That's an interesting foil. It's like teal, but with like a copper shimmer to it. That's really cool. Can you see that? Wow. Okay, moving on. I was thinking this was the same foil, but I don't know if that's metallic or just shiny. No, it looks like it's the same stuff. But it's like the colors cancel each other out so much that you have to put it in like a direct light source. Otherwise it just looks kind of like a shiny black. That's a really cool material. Wow. Okay, so I'm assuming this last month should be the same as the others, but you never know. Huh. All right. Well, there's that one. You know what? This actually ended up being my least favorite theming and colors and stuff, which is surprising. By looking at the front, I wouldn't have thought so. I looked at a few preview photos and videos and stuff online, so I had a general idea of what all the dividers and stuff would look like, but I really wasn't too concerned about them since I'm probably just going to add these extra pages to like the end of the month or something, or the beginning of the month. I don't know yet, but of my functional planner. And so I'm probably not going to be using the actual divider pages, the discs, nor the actual cover, just all of the other pages. So it's not a problem that I don't really care for this one as much, but just stating my opinion, this is so far from my personal style and preferences. Even though I do enjoy some of the colors that are in here, I just don't really like how it's all put together. I don't dislike it, it isn't bringing me as much joy as the other ones. But that is all of them. Wow. I don't know how long this video is going to be by the time I edit everything down, but the raw footage, man, this has probably been like a couple of hours. So if you have stuck through to the very end, thank you for watching. We did it, everyone. But if for some reason you are a fan of my ramblings when I get on a tangent about planners and other things that are stuck in my brain at the time, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I upload a video. Ugh, I feel gross for just saying that. Hashtag YouTuber life. Anyway, wow, these do look really pretty all together though. Overall, I am happy with what I purchased. I think everything is going to work really, really well for me. I do think I am going to wait a little while before I start like deconstructing everything and franken planning for this set of planners though, just because I tend to change my mind so much and I don't want to dig myself into a hole that I can't get out of until it gets closer to the time of when I use these planners, because I might change my mind or just adjust what I need by the time that time comes. So these will stay in a pile like this for the next few months, but towards the end of the year, we'll kind of revisit this stack and see where to go from there. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! You cannot stay there. I don't mind you being in the camera shot, but that is literally the most inconvenient place for you to stay. Why are you like this? Go play with your sister. It's her birthday. Minnie, could you move your head, please? Oh my goodness. All right, well, I can work with that. Okay. Do you like this planner, Minnie? I think she does. Just, oh, okay, you want to play. All right, okay. Hey. This is how you thank me for letting you sit on my desk right now? You bite my hand? Hey! Excuse me, miss. Ow! Ow! Seriously, Minnie? Don't eat, hey, don't eat that. I'm saving it for something important that I don't know, but I'm pretty sure cat tummies aren't made for whatever that styrofoam stuff is. All right, just don't put your mouth on it. Nope, you're done. You're done.